the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone. There are pockets of atoms spread throughout the planet. We are going against the function. The divisive tactics that they use to pit us against each other will be exposed. We are not machines, we are human beings. Join the Atom Effect. Join the movement. This is the Atom Effect. Achieve things out of mind. If you are hearing this, you are the resistance, and you are not alone.
Don't never let anybody take your belief in yourself away from you because they hurting inside. Don't you never let nobody do that. Always believe in who you are in the darkest moments, man. In the darkest moments, when you at that pain, when you at the bottom, know that you're gonna get back up. But you gotta believe it.
It took me 10 years to learn this, but I will teach it to you in 1 minute. 1, life waits for nobody. Get up every day and keep pushing through no matter what. 2, make sure you take good care of yourself. If something happens to you, the world will move on and you will fall behind. 3, if you don't work to build your dream life, someone will hire you to build theirs. 4, work in silence. Celebrate in private. People love to ruin things. 5, don't regret your past. Just learn from it and move on. 6, no one cares. Work harder to become better each day. 7, ignore advice from anyone who doesn't live the life you want to live. 8, rule over your emotions. A calm mind can handle any situation. 9, if you find someone better than you, don't hate. Ask them for advice and cooperate with them. 10, you're truly at peace with yourself when you mind your own business.
Shout out to you if you tuned in, man. If you tuned in, you are the resistance. You are the core. Shout out to the Atoms and shout out to the E's. This is the Blac Pill podcast. My bad, y'all. I was messing with Facebook and my computer was tweaking out. So I was just confused. Like,
but what the hell, boy?
Yeah. So it was playing it twice. I thought the stream was tripping. But we in here, man. We got an update. And today's episode is Claressa Shields reacting to Tesehki, claiming they ran into each other at a BET Awards and she was ducking smoke. She said, I never ran into her. She's just a random looking for clout. That's today's main topic. Let me pull myself up. And happy Friday, people. Happy Friday. Yes, sir. We're in the building. Happy Friday. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. I was actually up at 5 in the morning and I was just too tired. So it's 12 now. I didn't make it in time. I'm like, damn, I couldn't make it. I had to take a nap. And my bad for coming in here late. But shout out to the new people. Shout out to the new people that find their way to my page. Like I said, we're gonna be in here a little bit of time. You are now tuned in to Black Entertainment and Television. Y'all know what it is, man. We streaming on 5 platforms right now. We are streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, Facebook, and Twitter, or formerly known as Twitter, better known as X. Shout out to everybody. Past that, y'all answer the poll in the chat. I'm talking to YouTube, and the rest of everybody else can answer the poll as well. And the question is, whose team are you on, man? Whose team are you on? If Claressa and Tesehki were to scrap in a ring, who do you got winning? Vote for your team. So everybody else that's not on YouTube, y'all can put Team Claressa or Team Tesehki. And yeah, y'all make y'all answers, and YouTube, y'all know what it is. Hit the poll, man. Past that, we got a good show for you. Let me make myself a bit brighter. 1 second, bear with me.
I mean, I could do that. That's good. Let me see. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, man. We in the building. Let's get with it. Let's get with it. Let's get with it. Let's see what we got today. Shoot. Like I said, it's Friday, man. I'm happy to be alive. It's a good day. It's Friday. We got Claressa. Shout out to Claressa. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm not gonna play it. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea what's going on here. But let me go to an Adam experience and let's just get started with today's show. And that's the main event, like I said. First things first, we got some other things we want to pull up. It is men's mental health awareness, and it is also Pride Month. So shout out to both parties. And on a more serious note, we have Club Shay Shay. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. We have an excerpt from Club Shay Shay about black boys being great. Yes. You need to leave. And the reason why we have to bring this up is because, like I said, we have to bring awareness to mental health within the black community, within all black communities across the diaspora. And I felt like it was a good excerpt that people need to see. This is actually the first video I watched a little bit of. Here we go. 1 second.
He never knew that because my dad would have killed him.
Is that why you didn't tell him?
That's exactly why I didn't tell him. And I was also ashamed that he would say, you let him do that? But then I get a call when I was a grown-up. He had messed with 8 other black boys on that team at the AYU, the wrestling team. He had 8 other boys. One of the, you know how your parents used to let you hang out with somebody?
Yeah.
We had another one. He was gay. He liked it. He didn't mess with me, but 8 other boys. All black boys, 4 to Texas.
You know what happened to him?
I went looking for him. I called his name out over the air one time.
You think he's still alive?
I don't know.
What would you want to say? What would you tell him?
He's too old. He'd be too old for me to tell him anything. And I don't.
Now let me stop it right there. The reason why I'm bringing this up is, like I said, it's men's mental health, and people go through different things. And the main thing is, you know, when it comes to kids don't know better, but adults know better. And this is where I always say, you know, we grew up not knowing who the predators were and the prey were within society, and we don't know until they expose themselves for who they are. So it's always good to bring light to these kind of things, because a lot of people go through this kind of stuff. Like I said, when it comes to kids don't know better, but adults know better. Kids are trying to figure out what it is, whatever it is that they're doing, and that's why when adults do whatever they do to kids, it's wrong, because like I said, adults know better. And it's a sad situation that a lot of people go through, and we felt like it was necessary to bring that here today. Let's continue.
I don't need to know why, because I know it's a deviant sickness.
Right.
I don't need to know why. I'm just thankful you didn't do me like you did some of them other dudes.
Right.
But it's a deviant sickness. And I say deviant. Now, it's a sickness, but there's deviant in there too.
Right.
I don't need to know why. I don't care to know why. If you're alive, you're alive. You dead, you're dead. Because you know what it didn't do? It didn't hurt me.
Wow.
Because I refused to let it control me. I also confused that our parents didn't have the tools to teach us.
Right.
Yes. Now, parents, this is why I tell you, parents, and shout out to the kids of America. The kids of America are a precious cargo. But this is why I tell parents, you guys have to understand, your children don't know better. There's times where your kids may want to tell you something, and because of the way you react, you know, your kids don't feel comfortable enough to tell you because they don't want to make you disappointed or whatever the case may have you. But parents, that's why I tell you, you need to create a safe space. I don't have kids, but I'm saying if I was a parent, this is how I would think. You have to find a way to discipline your kid, and it's hard, right? There is no right answer, right? There is no right answer. So you have to find a way to discipline your child while at the same time creating a safe environment for them, to whereas if something's going on, they can come to you without worrying about how you're going to respond to to all parties, right? But specifically, I'm saying like with them, you're not gonna respond in a negative way. You're not gonna respond in a negative fashion to where they can say, hey, this is going on. I don't know what to do. I feel unsafe. And you can turn around and do the necessary things you need to do, right? And like I said, it's a tough conversation, but it's a conversation that needs to be had because in all communities, things like this happen to boys all the time. And the sad reality is nobody listens. And I mean, like I said, I don't want to touch too much on it, but no pun intended, but let's continue.
Stop me from, look where you at.
Right.
Look what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let nobody take that from you. Don't.
Now, shout out to the gentleman for having a very uncomfortable conversation. If you don't know him, he is a comedian. And I mean, like, even when you guys see me say the stuff I say, always understand that it stems from somewhere. I always say this is dark humor that I'm doing on the show, and it is dark humor. The reason why you guys don't see me laugh most of the time is because probably based off of my personal life experiences, I didn't develop proper social cues. I'm gonna say it like that because I think that's the correct way to say it. So I have good social cues. I know how to talk with people. I can mingle, I can co-mingle, whatever. But I did not develop proper social cues because a lot of times, a lot of people that I felt like, and this is just how I feel personally. That doesn't mean I'm diagnosed. I'm just saying. A lot of people that I was around, I felt like they didn't really rock with me like now getting older. So a lot of times we was cool. It's people that I was cool with. I was really cool. But a lot of people was kind of low key hating on me. And because of that, like I said, there was people, I don't want to say gaslight and manipulate because we use those terms too loosely now. But looking back, when I was younger, like I said, I didn't develop proper social cues. So it's certain stuff that's funny that I'll sit there in my head like, what's funny about that? And there's other things that may not be funny where I'm sitting there laughing like it's funny. So I don't know, it is what it is. But I just wanted to bring awareness to that. Let's start the show, man. Come on now. Come on. And if you're on YouTube, like I said, answer that poll in the chat. Past that, let's see what we got. We got TK Kirkland. Shout out to TK Kirkland. And he said a lot of people don't see that Sinners is a slave movie and Hollywood try to be smart. Do you agree? Here we go.
This is a great movie, but it's deep and people don't see what I'm seeing because I'm older. Hollywood will always greenlight a slave movie.
Facts.
That's what they say.
And in this movie, even though it has a hidden message, it's still a slave movie. And what Hollywood did was they put vampires and singing involved.
And they made it look cool.
To mask.
To confuse you, to make you think that was really some fly shit.
Yeah.
The acting was phenomenal because to see Michael B. Jordan play a twin.
Yeah,
that beginning scene was the flyest shit.
Now, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I ain't see the movie, bro. I've been so busy, bro.
You need to leave.
Everybody talking about I've been so busy. I gotta run the bread up. I might watch the movie. I seen it on a Prime Video, I think, or something. One of the streaming services on the TV. I think for like 20. I'm gonna sit down and watch it. Maybe this Sunday. I don't know. I ain't see the movie, so he already ruined it for me. I ain't even know there was a twin, bro. But let's continue.
Like
I've ever seen in movie history.
Yeah, that was a long.
And I think Delroy Lindo was the undercover star. Like he was acting his ass off.
Yeah, he did a good job. But it's that movie. The hidden message to that movie was that the white man always takes from us. Music, our style, our Sinners is a great movie.
Hold on.
Our style, our swag, and it meant that when they were saying invite me in, it was hitting message because we invite them into our world and then they take over. And that's what it was. So he was giving subliminal messages in the movie. And like I told somebody the other day, I said, that went over a lot of niggas' head.
Yep.
Now, I don't know about that. And the reason why I say that is because if you know vampires, like I used to like shit like that coming up. Like I said, man, shout out to my white brothers and sisters. We live in a whitewashed society. So, coming up, I'm listening to Linkin Park. I almost cussed. I like Harry Potter. Like I loved Harry Potter. Harry Potter was my shit as a youngin'. I loved Harry Potter. I loved what's all the stuff? You know, everything we watched on Disney Channel. But yeah, I like Harry Potter. I like vampires. I ain't really like what's the thing, Twilight, because of the romance and shit. But I like vampires. Like I love Blade coming up. Shout out to Blade. Oh yeah, Blade my shit. Blade was my shit. Blade 2 Trinity, that was my thing. So they made vampires look cool to me. So I liked all that kind of shit. But yeah, so like if you know like old school, like the old school vampires, like I read the story. So my dad, when I was younger, shout out to Papa Blac. Papa Blac had me read classics as a kid. So I read the actual story of Dracula when I was 7. I know that's kind of
what the hell, boy.
You feel me? So if you know about vampires, like the way vampires work based off of the folklore, it's like a vampire will never go in to a place that he's not invited to. Even when I tell y'all, you know, when it comes to the pimp game, follow me for a second. When they say pimping ain't easy, like pimps act like vampires. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
You need to leave.
Like a pimp, like the whole idea of a pimp is, and I'm trying to say that to reinforce my message. Hopefully that doesn't go over anybody's head. But a pimp acts like the Prince of Darkness. No pun intended, because your boy. But yeah, a pimp acts like the Prince of Darkness. So a pimp will never go into a situation where he hasn't been invited to. A pimp minds his own business. He does his own thing. He has a certain allure to him. Does that make sense? I hope I'm making sense to people. I hope I'm making sense. But yeah, so I'm saying all that to say, yeah, vampires they can't come into a room where they haven't been invited into. So, you know, I think like Count Dracula, he would have to say, do you invite me in, or can you invite me in, before he comes into a room. He would never step into a room he wasn't invited into, or into a house. So yeah, I don't really know too much about that one, but shout out to TK Kirkland. He could be right. Like I said, I ain't see the movie. I got to see the movie to try and get the subliminals. But always remember, guys, when you see these movies aren't surface level. All movies have some artistic prowess to it. So when you see the movies, there are subliminals a lot of times that people may miss, that the author or the director of the movie kind of keep those things to themselves. Just like, yeah, nobody caught that. Nobody caught that. That's just how it is. I even do it with my own music and stuff. Let's continue. We have Just Brittany addressing allegations that Rihanna stole her song. I don't know who this lady is, but shout out to the ladies. Hopefully the ladies know who this lady is. Ladies, are you in here?
Hello.
Hopefully they know who she is. Hold up, here we go. 1 second.
Rihanna's #2 song, Better Have My Money.
Better have my money. Better have my money.
I had a song called Better Have My Money. And after that, Rihanna put out a song, and people were saying that she stole my song, and it got so much media, so much blogs, and I'm like, damn, this is the type of shit I need when I push a single. Like, it was all over everywhere. They was like, do you want to sue? Do you want to? But it's just like, I always thought that, like, later on in the years, I was thinking about the future, like, you know, maybe I can get on the song with Rihanna one day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about the relationship that I can probably build, and this happened, like, 10 years ago? You know, whenever the song came out, motherfuckers been taking shit for me for a long ass time, but they didn't stop now because I done got so popular. It's like, you gonna know if this her.
Nah, I'm just playing. Shout out to Lil Baby. Hey, bro, as an artist, bro, I'm here to tell you, shout out to all the artists, independent artists that find their way to my page, bro. Y'all know what it is. Gang. And shout out to all the gangbangers, drug dealers, and killers. I'm just throwing up random signs. I do not rep nothing. I'm a square. I'm a certified square, okay? But yeah, with that being said, yeah, shout out to all the artists. Yeah, artists, y'all got to peep game, bro. So look, people are gonna steal your shit, bro. Yeah.
You need to leave.
Yeah, like even me, I make beats now. I be having my beats. Y'all seen, hold on, let me pull up my beat. I always play my one beat. I have other beats. I just don't want nobody to steal it. And even me, I have to get out my own head and be like, yo, people are gonna take it. All I know is you gotta learn the business side of things. Here we go. Like, this my beat right here. Yeah. That shit nice, ain't it? And I got more fire. Tell me what I gotta do, girl, to take you home tonight. Yeah, I'm on my player shit. I'm trying to make you moan tonight. Hey, but look, yeah. So we dropping that song soon. Y'all know what it is. Yeah. Like I was saying. So yeah, people are gonna take your shit. Like I put that one out just for people to see in case they want to buy beats. But I'm gonna have to put more out because people need to see that I'm serious. And I'm here to tell you, if you're trying to do your own shit, people are gonna take a variation of your shit. Like even me. Always remember, as an artist, it's more of a pay homage thing. A lot of times as musical artists, we kind of get affected by it because our art is like, it's like our baby, right? We created it, we brought it into the world, so we're very sensitive about it. But always remember, right? Always remember that if somebody kind of take what you do and twist it around, they may or may not pay homage, but that just goes to show you doing the right thing. Now, my advice to you is, like I said, learn the business side of things. So for example, if somebody was to take my beats or my shit without permission, I'm getting 150 out the gate. 150 out the gate. I'm suing and getting 150 out the gate. And that's just free game. Y'all can take what I said and go look it up. I'm getting 150 out the gate. So I want somebody to take my shit without my permission. I'm not going to say that though. And I shouldn't have said that here because they'll try and use it against me. You know, they'll go look through all my live streams, make sure I ain't playing it. But if the person doesn't know the business side, you got to know the business side of things. Because if you know the business side, you can make more money. Let's continue. We got 50 Cent. And I don't know whether or not this is true. Like I said, this show is for entertainment purposes and commentary only. But we have 50 Cent discussing how he's reportedly pursuing full custody of his son with Daphne Joy. Shout out to 50. Fofty. Shout out to Fofty. And for those of you who don't know about Daphne Joy, we discussed it in one of our previous streams. I'm probably going to give you guys an update on Diddy maybe later. If I don't do a stream tonight, I'll do one tomorrow about an update on this week with the case, because I believe she was testifying the whole time. So supposedly there's a Jane Doe who's testifying, and they believe it's Daphne Joy. So Daphne Joy is testifying under the pseudonym Jane Doe. But yeah, so basically, you know, Diddy been having his way with Daphne. I mean, that's what it was, bro.
You need to leave.
Sorry, ladies, don't get mad at me. And yeah, he's paying her rent. He's paying her rent like 10 bands a month or whatever. He gave her 10 bands a month. And basically, 50 says he wants to protest Sire, who is his son, after Daphne Joy was named in a lawsuit against Diddy, alleging that she was a sex worker for him, in an accusation she strongly denies. Yeah, bro. I mean, hey, bro.
You need to leave.
Hey, bro. Like I said, shout out to the ladies that date men with money.
Hello.
I don't really have too much to say about it. I mean, 50, if you want to go get your son based off of court proceedings and civil court. If he can prove this, and I mean based off of the testimony, he can prove this. I don't necessarily think that's a safe place for his child to be, especially when you involve paraphernalia and all that. And for those of you who don't know what paraphernalia is, think like, you know, lean, think Mary Jane, think pillies. I'm trying to speak in tongues here because I am streaming on platforms where I don't want to get banned. But yeah, there you go. And also, I'm pretty sure 50, as far as I know, I've read his book. Shout out to 50. If you guys get the chance to read his book, I've read his book. I think I read both his books. I read both of his books, and in his books, he describes that he doesn't actually even use drugs, which is shocking. Yeah.
You need to leave.
Like, based off of what he said, we don't know whether or not this is true because he could have just been selling it to us, but he said he's the type to, like, and this is quoted from his book, I'm saying based off of what I remember, he's the type to be in a room, and I've said this to people I know, he's the type to be in a room where everybody's drinking, and he'll tell the bartender to give him, some ice on the rocks, right? Ice with water. He'll say, make it look like vodka, give me some sparkling ice with water. So, I mean, he doesn't really partake in using paraphernalia. And I mean, like I said, I don't necessarily know too much about what's going on with their case. I didn't even know he had that second son. I think I remember from way back when, but I don't pay too much attention to 50 because he do be trolling too much. But it is what it is. Shout out to 50. All right, let me see what else we got that I got to show you people. We got Miami-Dade. Hey, and shout out to all the people that look like me and the people that don't look like me. Regardless of what the situation is regarding these protests and everything, my advice to you is to not do that shit. Do not participate in anything violent, okay? I said it. Don't do that shit because they will take your ass to jail. Anyways, prison. There's a difference between jail and prison. But we have Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, saying that under state law, drivers who feel genuinely threatened by a mob surrounding their vehicle have the right to flee for your safety, even if that means hitting protesters, blocking the road, arguing that protesters are at fault for infringing on you. Ninja. We're cooked. We're cooked. But shout out to Florida. For those who don't know, I'm from Miami. I'm not in Miami anymore. I'm in Texas. But shout out to Florida. Shout out to my city. But yeah, they ain't playing no games, and that's why I'm trying to tell y'all, stay safe out here in these streets, bro. You do not have to participate in none of that. I don't care what social media telling you about how we all need to be unified and all this bullshit. I'm here to tell you one thing, and this is the cold-hearted truth. Shout out to my white brothers and sisters. White people are the only people that are unified, bro. Hold on. My sound almost ain't go through. It's the truth, bro. White people move militant, whereas the rest of people out here, it's like a fight for myself, and nobody's monolithic in their thinking. Now, don't get me wrong. Other groups, like other community groups, like, you know, Latinos, Chinese, Mexican, whatever, they stick together. But even within their groups of like Chinese, or we'll say the Asian group, even within their Asian community, Hispanic communities, they have their own strifes that they deal with. So they're not all monolithic in their thinking. Same thing with black people. So that's why I say, if you look like me, black people across the diaspora, and shout out to all the illegal immigrants. Like I said, we can empathize with you, but I still say, if you're a citizen, bro, don't put yourself at jeopardy, bro. I'm here to tell you. Let's see what Ron DeSantis has to say. Here we go.
And we also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you.
Now, let me tell you why I say stay away from this shit. It's not about the fact of, oh, you know, you want to show your support or whatever. The issue is, like I told you guys, there are predators in society. And you don't know who's who. There's predators and prey in society. Because of this, right? I'm always mindful of what's going on, and I'm always paying attention to the people around me. Because we can't tell who's who, you don't know who just saw that message. You don't know who's thinking to themselves, and you guys have seen mass offing events. I'm going to say offing because you know what I want to say. But we've seen certain events that have happened throughout the course of history. These people are watching, and these people tell themselves in their head, hey, now's the perfect time to go do one of those things that I want to do. A better way to explain it, right? There are people, right? I know because I used to be around some idiots, okay? We just going to say it like that. But follow me. So there are people that go to the club every weekend to get drunk and go fight with people, right? There are women, shout out to the ladies. Ladies, I know you don't want me to expose you. But if you knew better, you do better. There are women that go to the club with their friends, right? Get drunk with their friends so they can fight with their friends. These people out here exist. I know y'all think they don't. These people exist. So you have to be very mindful of what's going on around you. So like I said, you don't know who just saw this message right here. You don't know who's going to partake. And I have another message to show you, which is in the next slide, but let's continue.
You don't have to sit there and just be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your car and
also, now he's making a good point. Don't get me wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Like some of the shit I see on social media, I pray I never get put in them situations. I'm not saying I'm going to use the blower, right? I'm not going to use the blower. But I'm saying if I'm in my car and ninjas is jumping on my car, all you ninjas, bro, all of y'all wanted to meet y'all maker in my eyes. Like I said, I'm from Florida, so it is what it is. You wanted to meet your maker if you start fucking with me. That's just how I feel personally. But besides the point, let's continue.
Drag you through the streets. You have a right to defend yourself in Florida.
Yes, sir.
And we also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you.
Now listen though, this is where I say if you look like me, the same rules don't apply, and I'm gonna show you in a little bit. Actually, let me show you right now. Here's how the same rules don't apply. Now, they're going to always say there's complications and all this bullshit, but watch this. So this is still Florida. Watch this, people. Follow me for a second. Watch this. We got, and I was going to make this a show today, but I was like, nah. We have ex-NFL star Antonio Brown reportedly wanted for attempted offing in Miami after a viral May fight, and we discussed this on the stream. So y'all follow me for a second. Watch this. This ninja dark-skinned like me. So now he's wanted on an attempted murder charge, right? After he got jumped. Are y'all following me? He got jumped. He popped off because he got jumped because they tried to rob him for his chain. He got arrested. He got released based off of the footage. We don't know what actually happened, but based off of the footage. He got arrested. He got released. And, you know, he spoke to the police. He told them what happened. And now, a couple weeks later, they want him for attempted murder. Do y'all see what's going on, bro? What the hell, bro? And that's why I tell y'all, if you look like me, not to make it a race thing, because I know everybody gonna be like, it's a race thing. Ninja, I live this every day. What you talking about? But if you look like me, bro, be mindful of your surroundings. You have to always be mindful. You got to be mindful. Like, for example, when I pull up into the club or if I pull up to a function, no matter what, and I'm not saying it's biased, I already know. Them ninjas like this, they like strip. I mean, they not like strip. I know that sounded wild.
But what the hell, boy?
What I meant was they, you know, they finna strip search me. Like, they finna make sure to go check my, take your shoes off. Make sure to check my everything. And they're like, all right, you good to go. Because I'm a dark ninja, especially when I have my hair. Y'all know I cut my hair, bro. When I have my hair, bruh, it was crazy. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, where the laws may or may not necessarily apply to you in the same or to the same regard. And that's why I say y'all gotta be careful out here in these streets and try not to put yourself in them situations. So like I said, if you look like me, don't be out there protesting, bro. Don't be out there protesting. I know you want to stand for something, bro. I know you want to stand for something. How about this? Stand for paying your goddamn bills in your goddamn house. That's it. Let's continue because we got to finish this. Hold on.
And we also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those streets and a mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you. You don't have to sit there and just be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your car and drag you through the streets. You have a right to defend yourself in Florida. And we also have a policy that if you're driving on one of those,
if you try to,
so this is what they originally came out with, and this is, I believe, Brevard County. I can't remember what county, but this is what originally came out. Here we go. And y'all answer that poll in the chat. Like I said, we're gearing up to the segue, which is about fighting. So here we go.
Streets and a mob
rule a car in Brevard County, gathering
Brevard
around
County,
it, refusing to let the driver leave. In our county, you're most likely going to get run over and dragged across the street. If you spit on us, you're going to the hospital and in jail.
What that means is we're going to beat your ass if you spit on us. Here we go.
If you hit one of us, you're going to the hospital and jail and most likely get bitten by one of our big, beautiful dogs that we have here. If you throw a brick, a firebomb, or point a gun at one of our deputies, we will be notifying your family where to collect your remains at. Because we will kill you graveyard dead. So
that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. We play no games out there. I used to try and change my ways, but after I got set up one time, I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I choose not to deal with people. And like I said, if you fuck with me, like I said, I'm a square. But please believe, if you fuck with me, I know my rights. I don't play no games no more.
To make it real simple, if you don't want to have any of those things happen to you, obey the law.
Obey the law.
Protest all you want. Do it peacefully.
Peacefully.
Stand on the mountaintops and yell your opinion, your views. We invite that.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't do it, bro. I'm just gonna say it like that, bro. I'm just gonna say it like that.
You need to leave.
That's it, and that's all. All right. Do I have something else? I have a couple other things I want to show you guys before I get to the main event. Let me see. What should I show you guys? I might just hop into the main event. Yeah, I might just hop into the main event. We'll cut it short. We're gonna hop into the main event. That's it. Y'all hit the like button, man. Y'all know what it is. Main event. 1 second. And here we go. All right, man. Main event. Like I said, we got Claressa Shields reacting to Tesehki, claiming they ran into each other at the BET Awards and she was ducking smoke. Ninja. Now I seen y'all. I've been telling y'all. Hold on, let me pull myself back up. 1 second. I've been telling y'all that I wanted tickets and stuff, and y'all answer the poll in the chat. Let us know whose team you are. Right now, we got 100% of people saying their team Claressa. But yeah, bro, I looked at the tickets, bro, because I wanted to meet Claressa. Them tickets is $1,000, Ninja. $1,000, bro. There's no way, bro. I guess I'm gonna just watch from afar, bro. Past that, she's spoken for. Hey, man, shout out to Pap. She's spoken for. But yeah, so we're going to pull up what happened or what recently came out. And basically what it was is, or as the ladies like to say, the tea is the tea.
But what the hell, boy?
Sorry. Yeah, so they said the tea was, let me see, that Claressa came back out on Twitter and handled that. So first things first, we'll start here. We had Tesehki responding to Claressa Shields and claiming the boxer is harassing her family members. She's obsessed and a liar. So Tesehki is standing on business. And like I said, let us know whose team you're on. Either Team Claressa and team Tesehki. And to the other platforms that I'm streaming on, you guys can type it in all caps. Type Team Claressa or Team Tesehki. Man, say that 5 times fast, bro. Come on now.
But what the hell, boy?
Say that 5 times fast. But yeah, what I was saying. So, yeah, they say she's standing on business and what she said about running against Claressa Shields at the BET Awards. The Baddie star exclusively tells us about what went down while calling the boxer a liar and alleging she's been harassing Tesehki's family members via DM. When asked about the alleged interaction, the Baltimore native says, Claressa, saw me doing my interview, clear as day. I even spoke to Pap at the concession line. My bestie Quay was right there to confirm. All I know is, that's a little bit, I don't want to say messy, but that is a little bit drastic. Why are you speaking to her, man, if you guys don't like each other? I don't know. Is that just me? If y'all got beef with each other, that's wild. That's like me as a ninja. I got beef with the other ninja. I'm talking to the ninja girl. That ninja's gonna pop me, bro. He gonna pop me. Here we go. Blah, blah. She said, when you spoke with Pap, they asked her, when you spoke with Pap, how was that interaction? And she said he was staring like he saw a ghost. So that's what made me say, hello. Come on, bro. Come on now, dog. So a grown man, anyways, he swallowed and spoke back. Quay was right there. It was only me, Quay, and Pap. Is Quay, I don't know who Quay is. Is Quay a girl or a guy? Either way, it doesn't matter. So I seen a ninja with a girl, and I swallowed and I looked like I seen a ghost. What are we talking about, bro? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Let me see what else. Like I said, hold on. We're gonna pull it up. We're gonna pull up this thing. I have it right here. 1 second, y'all. Bear with me. It makes no sense to me. Let me see. Here we go.
Claressa don't want no smoke. That you mean? It's all love. She see me, it was all love. All love. What no smoke. What no smoke at the BET Awards. Let's keep it sweet, okay? Let's keep it glitzy.
Yeah, I mean, she's straight looking. Shout out to what's the other? Shout out to Krishan. Ladies, one thing, when y'all get them claw nails, bro, when y'all get them claw nails, I feel like I feel uncomfortable. I'm gonna just say it like
what
that.
The hell, boy?
I'm gonna let her finish. Hold up.
Clammy. It's all love. Nothing to get. Y'all need to stop telling me to do that. I don't need to get anybody. Okay? All I need to be getting is my children, my man, my dogs. That's it.
Oh damn, she got a ninja. Oh shit. She got a ninja. Never mind, my brother. My bad. Oh shit. My fault, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna bring that back up. Yeah, so she got a man, so she's spoken for, so that kind of just turned me off in a whole other way.
Claressa don't want no smoke. That you mean?
But this what happened. So this what happened. So she came out with this, talking about Claressa don't want no smoke. And I'm team, I'm gonna be honest. I've seen Tesehki fight or whatever. I mean, she could fight. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I'm team Claressa because Claressa, Miss Shields is a professional boxer. Like, what are we talking about?
But what the hell, boy?
Are you guys crazy? bro. And then Tesehki said she needs only 6 months to like be at the same level of like a 13-0 boxer. Like, this lady's crazy. We're gonna pull up the footage because I always bring my receipts, as they like to say. But here we go.
See me, it was all love. It was all love. It wasn't no smoke. Wasn't no smoke at the BT Awards.
I thought this girl said wipe your nose. I said, excuse me, police. Here we go.
Keep it sweet, okay?
Keep it sweet.
Let's keep it glitzy and glammy.
All right, baby.
All love.
We get it. And then we had Claressa responding. Shout out to the GOAT. And she said, let's set the record straight. I never ran into Tesehki at the BET Awards. I'm focused on real fights with real athletes, world champions, not randoms looking for clout. When you got back-to-back Olympic gold medals and multiple world titles in 5 weight classes, maybe then you'll be on my radar. Until then, stay in your lane. Facts. Now, shout out to her. I like the response. I like the clap back. But yeah, we discussed this in one of our previous streams, and I believe this is why she didn't win Sportswoman of the Year award. And it's not the way that you guys think.
You need to leave.
It's not the way that you guys think. I'm on Claressa's side. I feel like the people watching, or the powers that be, are watching her entertain people who are not on the same level as her. And it's like the fact that it's like how do I say this? Like, I mean, basketball players do this, but the best way to describe it, it's like, cause we had the Angel Reese episode that we did where we were discussing how she felt like she was snubbed by Angel Reese getting Sportswoman of the Year award. So it's like, based off of what was going on, because she did actually respond to her, it's like Angel Reese going to the hood and saying, let the best basketball player in the hood come face me. And it's like, you know,
But what the hell, boy?
it don't matter whether or not, because you guys aren't playing the same game. Like, you're playing professional fighting and she's doing street fighting. It's not the same game. There's a referee, regardless of if you can beat her or not beat her. And I'm looking at it as, you know, from that perspective, but I'm saying the world's looking at it from a, you know, this girl's always in some shit. She kind of messy. Whereas Angel Reese had the shit, or had the little competition she had with Caitlin Clark, right? With Caitlin Clark, but Caitlin Clark is in the WNBA, so it's more of a makes sense kind of competition. And like I said, between that and then being with Papoose, I feel like that's why they try to snub her. And we gonna pull it up. I showed the footage earlier. We gonna pull it up. She said, at this point, all I can do is laugh. She's sitting there lying for clout again. I kind of believe you tucked your tail. You sound crazier than her. Let me see. Oh, she mad. Hold on. Let me see. What is this about? Let me make it bigger for you guys to see. 1 second. And boom. All right, so you guys can't see it. I'm here to let you know. But I'll read it to you. It says specifically, she's mad I'm a natural born eater. Your fights don't make no. First off, excuse me.
But what the hell, boy?
A natural born eater. Your fights don't make no noise at all, baby. And all your opponents walk off looking the same way they came. It's okay, I might train so I can give you the noise and attention you need badly. So then off my D and watch my new video, learn the lyrics. And that was her previous comments about Claressa. Let me see what else. Shout out to Krishan, looking good as ever. Shout out to Blueface, baby. Yeah, all right. And now this post says, this was Claressa's post. She said, what a shame you molested your own sister, which is crazy. Hashtag eater.
You need to leave.
That's wild. Not y'all favorite eater, copying please. Them little elementary school street fights you've been having, they stupid for ever putting your name in the same sentence as mine. You can get off my coochie. All yelling at the man on the show. He was confused. All he had you crashing out. And yes, this is why you didn't get the Sportswoman of the Year award. But it's okay. It's okay.
You need to leave.
And that's why I tell y'all, when y'all become, look, this is to anybody, and I'm saying this to you guys. Also remember, guys, when I do this show, I'm not only talking to you, I'm talking to myself, because I have to remind myself. A lot of times we have to talk to ourselves to remind ourselves how to move in society. So if you become a person of means, like let's say you come out the hood and all this stuff, you got to kind of change the way you move, and you got to change who you entertain. You can't be beefing with people who aren't in the same caliber as you. Now, I mean, you guys are both public figures. as we call it. You guys are celebrities, but at the same time, you're a professional. So whatever Tesehki does, I don't know what she do. I know she be on the baddie stuff, so I guess she's a reality star. She's a reality star, and you're a professional boxer. As a professional boxer, remove boxer, you still have professional. So when I say professional boxer, it's like we'll put that in the category of professional athlete. Like I said, professional basketball player, whatever. You're held to that standard. So for example, I use basketball and football and all that because I used to play those sports when I was young and coming up. Before the games, you got to dress up. You can't just say anything because you'll get fined. You can't fail the drug test, all that kind of shit. But the main thing is the decorum and how people view you. You have to make sure people view you in a positive light. You don't have time to be sitting there beefing with people. That's why as a basketball player and a football player, really a basketball player, you can get fined for doing stuff to fans or saying things to fans because it's not professional. Now, this is the same thing, except Tesehki may not be a fan, but like I said, you can't turn around and say what you want to say. Now, I know you want to say what you want to say, and you're probably going to, and you don't care if you get fined, but I'm saying it still creates a certain kind of optic when people look at you. For example, that's why y'all don't see me cuss on here the way I would like to cuss on here and just be saying anything. Because if I say what I actually want to say, people aren't going to sit there and watch me majority of the time because I might be a little bit too vulgar. I might say things that people don't want to hear. I'm not at that level where I can do that and not deal with repercussions. And even then, like I said, everybody has to answer to somebody. So you could be at that level and you will still have to deal with repercussions. If Jeff Bezos came on here and started cussing and all that, we would laugh and all this stuff, but people would look at him like,
But what the hell, boy?
Is this somebody I want to work with? You get me? But we're going to show you guys the footage of Claressa and Tesehki talking to each other. I think this was a month ago. And that's what set it all off, the beef or whatever. And yeah, like I said, I'm team Claressa. I feel like she could mess up a couple ninjas if she really wanted to. But you never know. Hold on. Let me pull up TikTok. Here we go. Boom. All right. Interact. Let me see. Let's see. Claressa. Tesehki Claressa. Let me move this over. Hold on. Let's see. Let me see. Nope. It's not the one I wanted. Hold on, I'm trying to find the one I want. Here it is. So this is where the beef started, supposedly.
Like me, but I'm gonna train the same way you gonna train. I will beat the fuck out of her. Fuck is you
Claressa?
talking about? Yes, if I trained and didn't smoke and drink, cause what she got so amped up off of is from drugs and alcohol. Like no training. This is just natural. Bitch, you train every day. Bitch, you can't do a fight without training, ho. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, let me do your training you doing. And
okay, so when you say you can't do a fight without training, that's where I have to hit this. That's where I have to say this.
But what the hell, boy?
She is a professional boxer. What are you talking about? I don't know. That's why I say, or that's where she said that's them drugs talking, bruh.
let me not be off that weed and poppers. Bitch,
Poppers.
I'm the motherfucking champion around this bitch.
Poppers. Poppers.
You need to leave.
Poppers.
Fuck, I'm tired of these bitches keep picking with me. The fuckers, I liked her from what I seen. Like, oh, she a champion.
And people ask me, do I think I can beat her in a fight? I said, do I think or do I know? She needs to be checking her fans and not checking me or trying to clock my teeth, talking about some she used to like me. Girl, you never came to a fight. You never said congrats on the motherfucking world championship. You never mentioned me in a good light. So no, you did not ever like me, and that doesn't matter to me. But to sit here and say you can whoop some ass and you out here popping pills and doing everything you're doing, you're not gonna whoop nobody ass. You need to go to rehab and get that shit out your system.
Poppers. Poppers. Here we go.
You need help. Your friends need to help you. If I was out here popping pills, my friends would take me to the motherfucking rehab. They are tired.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I could never, bro. I could never.
What the hell, bro?
I could never. I have a very addictive personality. The only pills you guys ever see me pop is vitamins, bro. That's real. There's just no way. I just don't want to feel as good as I see these like people on the streets be feeling, bro. I don't want to feel that good. That's just me though. I'm a guy, so I don't know.
My black ass up. And walk me straight in that motherfucker and say, hey, don't let her out till she's clean.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let's continue.
Krishan's sister. There you go. That's what you need. You need rehab.
Rehab.
You don't need to be talking about fighting no motherfucking body. You need to wrap it up. You need to quit fighting. You know, I know you knocking out girls' teeth and shit like that on a little show or whatever. Hey, good for you. I am not them. I promise you I'm not them. So take that shit on somewhere else. Go on now. Cause
I need me a girl like Claressa.
You need to leave.
Let's continue.
Cause I'm quick to offer a bitch 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 just to whip my ass. If you whip my ass, I throw you that money. Hey, you know I'm quick. You know I'm quick. You know.
There's so many jokes going through my head, but I ain't gonna say them in case I ever meet these people in real life. Let's continue. Yeah. So like I said, here we go. This is another one.
I seen the Claressa shawty come up in the comments talking. I don't like when people talk over me, or or try to talk to me. Like if me and you talking, and right now like this, and Lanaya just start talking to me, I'm going to completely ignore her. Although I'm hearing everything she said, I'm not gonna respond to her until I'm ready, because I think that it was rude that she was talking to me. So while I was talking to my favorite supporters on this live, it's cool to say that, I was telling about the fight, I seen the Claressa shawty come up in the comments. She's talking about what's up. Bitch, get out my face. What is you talking about what's up? I told you, seen what I said? If I trained, you wanna fight me and get up in the ring with me off of baddies. What I did to a bitch in a 5-second clip. Off of, like, I'm a smoker. Baby, I smoke down. I party down. Like, I'm at work.
What do y'all see in these people?
You need to leave.
I don't know. All right, real quick, we're gonna show them fighting and then we're gonna get up on out of here, man. I gotta go get this money. Let me see. Tesehki fighting. It's gonna get explicit. Here we go. Hold up. Nope. We might not be able to find it, bro. We might just call it. Let me see. Hold on. Man, you know what? Like I said, we're going to stop it right there, man. That's it. That's it for today's show, man. That's it. Let us know whose team you on. Deuces, it's your boy. Take care. I might be back in here later. Peace.